that editing was just so good. The way the story was told through the flashbacks didn't feel like forced.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes, like, for me with what's the one with the Facebook one,
Social Network.
the Social Network. I thought the editing, like with the flashbacks and stuff, was not interesting and didn't keep me interested. But in this one, it did. Like they were constantly flashing between it with interesting, like legitimately interesting storylines and whatnot. That was a really good movie. Like one of the best of the year, I think.
Yeah, I think it might be my favorite. There hasn't been a lot of good ones.
2020 hasn't been the best year for movies, mostly because COVID. But this was really, really good. Like I never felt like it was slowing down either. Like the pacing was really good.
I never felt a 2-hour, 10-minute runtime. I thought it was like
no, I didn't feel like I was gonna fall asleep at all, apart from maybe the first few minutes where it was going more slow.
Yeah.
But it picked up as soon as the trial started there.
Honestly, good thing I chose this over Enola Holmes. Not saying it would be that bad, but like this one was.
It was a really good film. The acting was great as well.
Yeah, especially Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah.
My highlight.
It was. I really enjoyed just the message of it.
Yeah.
It was really good, especially when you look at it, and like the kind of tragic thing is like the court looks exactly the same still as it did then.
Yeah. Fucking crazy how like all that pretty much happened. The judge, I hated him so much. He was well written character.
I know, like you're meant to hate him, and they did a good job with that.
Yeah.
Just making you despise this guy.
He was like Professor Umbridge, basically. L version.
They were good. Everyone did really well in that.
They just have fucking great movies. Yeah.
It was like not confusing either. So many like biopics like this get so confusing.
Yeah.
But this was
straightforward.
pretty straightforward stuff. And even the stuff that was more complicated, like they didn't throw it at you.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't particularly like was probably when the two guys were like gonna fight near the end of it. I didn't understand why they were fighting, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was
scene right after with the interrogation with Eddie Redmayne.
That was a really good.
Oh my god, that's my favorite scene of the movie.
Yeah, that was a great whole like sequence. All the stuff with the police. I mean, you look at it and you realize how like eerily similar it is to what is today happening.
Yeah, it's like kind of good timing for what it is. Really.
I know, because you see them standing on the hill, and you can look right on the news and see the same thing still in this. What is it? 30 years since this happened. 40 years.
With the blood and stuff. I was like, Jesus,
oh yeah, that was brutal.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, it's a pretty eye-opening movie. I think a lot of people would find it.
Yeah, it was really funny as well. Like,
there were really funny scenes in this, for sure.
Yeah, especially Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like just legitimately entertaining to watch. I thought I'd be bored by it after like the first like few opening scenes, but then it just picked up.
Yeah, it was like very exposition like in the beginning, but you had to introduce so many characters. Like I understood. Just it was as soon as the trial started, just so interested.
The characters were so good too, and they're real people. That's what's crazy about it. They're based off real people.
Yeah.
And the things they say were things they actually said, and it's like great character building.
Oh man, the editing though, just can't stop thinking.
Yeah, the editing is the best part. Like
it's the other one, like best editing of the year, honestly, for you.
It's so seamless. Like between the flashbacks, and you know when everything's happening. Still.
Yeah, it's not like confusing. Like, oh, is this happening now or in the past?
And it's like a timeless movie. Honestly, you would watch this, in very similar style-wise to like Rocket Man and Bohemian Rhapsody, where it's the same story across any time you could see it.
Yeah.
That's really good. I'm glad we watched this. 'Cause I was gonna go to bed.
I want to see him go to bed knowing he saw a good movie for that.
It was a great, great movie. I don't even like know. Kind of want to like.
I didn't like nothing about this movie except like the director and actors. That's it.
There was
I didn't know anything about the real life trial.
the acting was so good from all of them. I'm definitely gonna look into like the real life aspect of this.
Oh yeah, I want to know about it now.
It's interesting how much of this is stuff we don't hear about today. Like in history, we don't learn about
In
this.
history, we didn't want to cover this because why would this be important?
Because, you know why? It's 'cause it makes the United States look bad. So, history class doesn't cover it, because it's a biased...
No, we gotta learn about the Mongols.
Mongols?
Mongols, you know? The trials of the Mongol 7.
Yes. There's a lot of great gags that like actually happened in real life, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, like, for most of our part, like, all the trial stuff is just what happened. Like,
Yeah.
they have it on record.
There's not that much you have to add.
No, maybe,
make it
like,
entertaining.
private scenes, like, with Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, like, with his daughters. Maybe, like, that added, but, like, they didn't have to add much.
No.
It's probably, like, sort of the easiest.
I really loved the arc of that lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
He had and he was really good actor actually too. Like it made him not likable, but I kind of didn't hate his character throughout the whole film. The opposing lawyer. It's really more just about the judge. He's really the big bad of the
asshole. Terrible person.
They blended in like real things really well, like really seamlessly with that as well. Like the real scenes of things happening, like the footage.
With like the black and white stuff.
Yeah, it's mixed in where it almost feels like it's part of the movie, which is something you don't see.
Honestly, like for the first black and white thing they showed, I thought it was like they just filmed it in black and white. I thought it was just that happening.
Did you ever see the movie about the guy who like with the bomb or whatever? See it? I can't remember what it was called. The guy who like defused the bomb, but then they thought it was him who put the bomb there to make himself look good. There was a few times in this movie that I thought were actually like reminiscent of that. There's the one guy on the stand who I thought looked just like the guy. I don't think it was the same actor though. No, that was a really interesting movie. I can't remember what it was called. I have to look it up. It was called maybe... Oh, Richard Jewell.
Oh yeah, I didn't see it, but like I know what you're talking
about. I thought it was very overrated film, but I liked it. Like I think it did not deserve all the hype and praise, but I thought it would have been better if it wasn't so hyped up.
Yeah.
Because
this movie deserves the hype.
It does.